stop recording because I have to break the video into another part. Anyways, she's just going to tell us like some things that she has learned from this experience.
So I'm gonna talk about what I've learned dealing with grief personally, like losing someone, and dealing with grief by proxy, I guess. Being friends with someone who's lost someone. Personally, I guess it's just brevity of life more than anything else. It's just like I was talking about with my friends. Just like you can talk to someone today and they're gone tomorrow. It's difficult to grasp. So I know that that's something I'm trying to learn. I feel like I don't think of death a lot. I really don't. Not because I know it will happen, but I don't think of it. Like most people don't, anyways. And I think that's why I said most people don't. I think except maybe you've experienced it, that's probably when you realize it. But I feel like a lot of times I'm not scared of a lot of things, like things that like planes or. I don't think of how I can die in any of these places. I usually really don't. And my mom, it annoys my mom.
It's a blessing.
Because mom is like, I don't take anything seriously enough. I'm like, I don't know what it is. I'm going to take it as it's face because I don't know what it is. But I really don't. But it is a reality that life is short. And every second and moment counts. And I feel like even in my everyday life, regardless, separate from that, there are times recent when God has made clear to me that He will want me to do something, maybe it's regarding praying for someone or calling up someone, talking to someone, and I don't do it. Maybe I push it to later, and
you never know
someone
why
else does it.
Yeah,
and I'm happy in that sense that okay, God has said that I know that God is not depending on me. I mean, that this person will not be left stranded. It's sad. It's my bad because my house will be more dependable in that area. But then it's like I know that God knows this person stranded, so He will raise someone else for them. Because another friend of mine lost his mom. I again cried my eyes out in the time. I found out when I was in church, and I just grabbed my friend into the bathroom and I was crying, and I didn't think it was fair. Don't say that it's never fair. Never fair is not the word. But then I was just so angry. That one I think that's one of the ones I was angriest about because I felt like this boy didn't have the best life already. So I was like, why would you add this to the mix? Like it didn't just make any sense to me, and I can't say it makes any more sense now. But I was just like, this boy doesn't have a father left in his life, and you've taken away his mother, and his life is just upside down in a lot of ways. Why would you do this? It just didn't make any sense, and that was my prime reaction was anger and sadness because I was like, who is going to look out for him? And I was so pained, and even when I was crying, and I know the Holy Spirit was trying to tell me that that's what God is there for, but at that point, I was just like,
I don't think I could hear you.
I was really just like, are you telling me that you took this person away from him? Like, why, and all that? And I didn't even know how to talk to him because he called me, he said it, but connection wasn't because I couldn't talk to him at that point. So I was trying to call him back to talk to him. I was like, I don't know what to say. I really didn't, and
I feel like nobody ever knows what to say.
Because what do you say? Like what? I don't even know. Like because you feel lacking. Like one, you feel like I feel like, and I walk down to talk to you. Do I know what you're going through? And it's like, and I'm always trying to think of myself in this position, and I'm not going to lie. Anyone that knows me knows that I feel like if this kind of thing happened to me, it would really be a test of friendships because I will not talk to who. And I know that that's not a good thing, but the way I would withdraw,
I
can enter.
Now you all understand why I used to run away.
Because no. I feel like
it's one of those things where it's one of those things where like you want to talk to people about it, but you're like, how is this person going to respond to what I'm going to say? And that's the key part. Because if I have the choice of dying in silence or then saying it to somebody and still dying inside, I will keep it. Honestly, I'll actually keep it. So that was one of the things where it was like I had to, even now, Seth, I'm still supposed to like, this is TMI, but some kind of counseling or some kind of sessions so that I can talk to people about it or people in similar situations. But I just don't know like how to practically share this with somebody, especially when you know like like especially when people are not in touch with their emotional side, like it's different. Like if I talk to her, I feel like she would understand because she's like we are similar in terms of like empathy, emotional, kind of like bearing our hearts kind of to people that we care about. Do it your face.
No, exactly. It's true, but sometimes I'm just like, is that a good thing? But it's a good thing. It's a gift that God has given to us. But
some people don't actually possess the ability to actually share like, something's wrong with me.
Yeah.
Or somebody's saying, like if somebody told me that they haven't cried for 6 years, I'm like, are you okay? Like, are you sure you? And I'm not saying that I would want to cry every day as well, because the times where I start to cry more, I'm just like, okay, there's something wrong with you. But like actually being able to share with people is actually a gift. It's actually a gift.
It is, and I know that so one thing I learned for the experience for me was definitely brevity of life, and also just how time. Even though it's a time heals all wounds, there's that, like, it helps, but it was more what I learned regarding time was not even healing. It was how, if like this thing leaves your mind and you don't even want it. Like I remember the year after her remembrance, my friend's remembrance. They had like a week because her parents are Catholic. So they had like a week and like all her friends came and then they were doing it. And I was thinking back as to, in that moment when this girl died, I could not see life. I could really see anything past that period. And right now, even though it still hurts me, it wasn't at the front of my mind all the time. And so even though I can't say I'd forgotten about her, I wasn't as consumed anymore. And at some point I felt like I could never not feel that way. And even though that's supposed to be comforting, in a way that you feel like you would be able to breathe again, but it made me sad because I was like, did I forget this person?
Yeah, you feel guilty for moving on.
I didn't know how to deal with that, and I talked to my mom about it, and I didn't know how to deal with that. I was like, life has moved, like the rest of the world has moved on, and I felt so bad, and I felt even worse because for her parents, because her house, going to her house after she died, you can tell the difference. Like you can tell that death has happened here. There's no life there anymore, and I guess it's coming back now a bit. I think like they're getting better now, but it was just like, even if the rest of the world has moved on,
it's the same way that, like, I'm sorry, but like the same way everyone was talking about Kobe, everyone was like, how do we move past this? First of all, the thing is, you're not even a part of that family, you're not even a part of those friends, because he's a celebrity, right? Like he was a celebrity. So the fact that people would, sometimes it feels like people trivialize grief. Like, especially when you don't even have a connection with the person, you're just talking and you're saying things like, oh my god, I was so sad. Like, some people might genuinely feel sad, but your sadness is probably going to last for 2 days. This is somebody's life, this is somebody's eternity you're going to have to deal with. So like, being empathetic of that is like, it's very important. Like, and I understand what you're saying, because like you feel guilty because you're like, I've not thought about this man today or this person today. Like you just feel some type of way. But
and it's so funny because like when I was in high school, and a friend of mine who lost his mom when we were in primary school, on her remembrance, I remember like he went, like, it was with me, then he went out of the hall and he just sat somewhere and was crying, and I obviously didn't know how to, and when I was even young, I didn't really know how to help anybody, and I was trying to tell him that, he felt so bad that he had forgotten. That was what was really worrying him. I was trying to tell him that, it's okay, and how like she wouldn't want him to be like in that place and just dwelling on it. But then when I was in that situation where I felt like I had forgotten, I felt like I had no understanding of why I hurt him so much. Because then it was more like, isn't this meant to be healing for you? But then when I experienced it personally, I was like, okay, I understand why this would have hurt this person so much. Even though I know that regardless that the hope, if these people is for us to, they don't want us to hurt forever. I know that they want us to heal. But just that sometimes it's just natural to feel like guilty if you feel like you've forgotten something important and all that kind of stuff. And then I think what I learned as a friend of someone who lost a loved one, for her it was I learned how to, I try to always be careful of what I say, regardless, because I take words very seriously.
I feel like she's a very good person in terms of speaking.
I literally take words. I think it's because I take words very seriously. People that have said things to me
And in birthday cards
from my past is in my brain.
Yeah.
So I think because of that, I try to be careful of what I say in response. So there's definitely that. And the other friend who lost his mom said to me one time when we were talking recently that he knows that there are times I don't know what to say, and so and he can tell when I'm struggling, and he would see me pray, because when I reach the point I don't know, so I just start to pray, Lord, as quietly as I can, like, please give me the words to say. And because I'm like, I refuse to allow my words be damaging to somebody that's already hurt. So I know that that's one thing I learned. And another thing I learned was definitely how it's not about me. In the sense that when he lost his mom, so he's my friend first, then he met other friends through me that are here. And during that period, he spoke to another friend of mine here more than he spoke to me. And at first, I was feeling some type of way, but then I realized that this person can help him more than I could, because this person had lost a parent as well. And I realized that, and I was like, you know what? It's okay. If this person can help you, I'm more concerned about who can help you. Yeah. And so I was just like, as long as this person is helping you, if you feel like this person, you can relate to this person more, then that's fine. And everything. That's something I learned.
Like for me, I just want to tell people that are going through something like this, like, don't rush yourself. Like, God, I remember trying to finish, like, this happened in like a summer semester, like mid-semester, and I remember trying to like say, you know what, I'm not going to withdraw from classes, I'm just going to finish this semester, it's fine, like, I don't want to go through that process, it's probably not going to be approved, whatnot.
I was so angry with BD during that period. I remember, because when we had to have so when we wanted to withdraw so that she could go home, and they just, and I was so upset on her behalf. I was so angry. I was like, somebody's father has died, you don't want her to go?
Yeah.
And then, I think they asked for this death certificate. They asked me for so many things, and I was just like, that's so.
Yeah.
I
was crying. I was just crying in the office. I was like,
so upset.
So I didn't end up withdrawing, because they were like, oh, there's no guarantee that you're going to get your fees back. So I was like, what's the point of withdrawing from this class? I'm not getting the money back. Let me just try and do what I can do. I got an F at the end of the semester in one of my classes, and that thing was still on my transcript, and I just withdrew from it like last semester. Like, I was like, you know what, I have to withdraw from this class. So I withdrew from it. I didn't get my money back, but I got it taken off my transcript. But if I had done it then, there was a higher chance that I'd gotten my money back, right? So I'm just like, just take your time, do what you have to do. I'm pretty sure I had group members because I had a group project for one of my classes. I was just like, guys, I'm sorry, I can't. Like, and I felt like I was letting them down, but I was like, they don't understand. Like, there's no way that they understand how it feels inside my chest. Like, they don't understand. And I felt really guilty at that time. I was just like, and every time I would talk to somebody, like a significant other or something, like, I would feel like I was making this person sad. So I would just feel like I don't even want to talk about this anymore. So I'm here to say, take your time, man. Take your time. Like, if you need to take time off work, off school, off this, like, take that time off. I know it's going to have like consequences, but you want to be in a better frame of mind to like move forward than like just pushing through it and trying to prove I'm strong. Just breathe, calm down and breathe, and just move through the process at your own pace. That's one. Another thing is like peculiar situation, but yeah, I couldn't attend the funeral. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Anyways, I couldn't attend, and so I felt like, even till this day, I did feel a bit guilty, and two, I did feel like I didn't get complete closure. Like, it still feels in some way like a dream, because I still till this day don't know like I know what it looks like, but I've never been there like at the graveside. So I'm just like, I feel like something in me is not okay because of that. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but anyways, moving forward, like I just want to get to a day where I get to see that, and like not because I want to cry or anything, but I feel like I'm lacking some kind of closure. But yeah, 3, don't put your trust in man. Man will always fail you. Like, people are good. It's good to talk to people. Don't get me wrong. It's good to talk to people. But then, like, it's just going to be a Higgs. Like I said on my other video, like, my friends kind of just they had like a notion that someone was going to be there for me, and then the person eventually kind of wasn't. And I did address it with them already. Like, I addressed it with them, which I understood why they thought that way, because like similar situation happened to the person a couple of years before. So like I understand why they would think that way. But anyways, the whole point is like, just don't expect people to like bend over backwards and kill themselves for you. There are people that will do that, right? But
I guess it would just be it's better to not expect to see another disappointed.
Yeah.
I guess.
yeah,
Yeah, I understand. I
And
think I
like-
can use that.
yeah.
Cause I know. Well, we'll not talk about that thing. But that thing, obviously one of her friends. So I know what she's talking about. Probably we expected to be there for her, and that pained me that person wasn't. But then,
Yeah.
I guess it just teaches you that human beings are unreliable, even when they want to be reliable.
Yeah.
Because even for us who wanted to be there, it's like sometimes not even knowing what to say. And like, I think she spoke about
Sometimes
like
it's just a
previous-
hug though.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just like, but you sometimes they hug you, don't want to be hugged. So
in
it
that
really,
situation, though,
well, yeah, true, not in that situation.
I
think that
did
situation-
cry in front
Yeah.
of, like, I think that was one of the first times that somebody saw me cry, actually. So you can imagine. I'm very emotional, but we don't know.
And then,
Okay, guys, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you've been enlightened and
blessed.
I hope
I
you've
really
learned
feel like
something.
blessed.
Yeah. Like I said, if you're going through something similar, you can reach out to me, you can email me, you know.
Oh, yeah,
Not- I can put my email in the description box. You see, non-YouTubers don't get it, do they? Just kidding, sorry.
I'm not offended.
Don't get it. But yeah, I can put my email in the description box. I'm not sharing my number because that's a bit private. But yeah, if you need to talk to me, or if you want to even send in like, oh, prayer requests, please help me. I'm trying to pray more. I'm trying to pray so much more. Please, thank you.
You know what things to pray about, man. So yeah, it would be that'd be nice.
Yeah.
And I guess also like just I think the point I'm just trying to pass across more than anything is as much as you can channel this pain to God as opposed to away from God.
Yes, now I remember what I wanted to say
That's
too.
what I wanted to say. Just I know that it can be hard. Trust me, I'm the kind of person that when I feel guilty or ashamed, I don't want to talk to God because I'm like I cannot keep coming here.
It's a very dicey,
But then,
like,
yeah, I feel
situation.
like
if you don't like, if it's not handled properly, like, it can definitely cause you to go away from God, and that's something that we want everybody to try and avoid.
Yeah.
Honestly. So,
and it takes grace. Like I feel like even if you're at the point where it feels like it's causing you to walk away, like try to talk to someone. Try not to feel like such a terrible person that's happening to you.
Yeah.
Because I say it that if I feel like if there's anything that could cause me to walk away from my faith, it would be the loss of any of my parents. I don't want to find out, and I pray for God for strength regardless that happens. But then I want anyone in that situation to recognize that you're not a terrible person because you might feel that way. It is not the people that have not gone because of that. It's not them that's keeping them there. It's the Holy Spirit and grace, and He is available to help you as well.
Yeah.
That's just very important to know.
Yeah, and like even people that look like they're okay, as in like going through this and they look like they're okay, they have, best believe, they have their bad days, right? It's like, just be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself, don't be so hard on yourself. This is me talking to myself too, because I can be very, very, very
Be kind to yourself, sis.
can be be very hard on myself. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it was long, but we needed to get information across and build lives.
Amen.
Build this.
Amen. As the ambassador of Christ that we are.
Yeah. Anyways, bye guys. See you guys on my video next week.